This is the Aventon Soltera. It's a brand new electric bike for a brand new year, and we have the honor of checking this bike out. We're super excited. So Andrew, tell us what we can expect from the Aventon Soltera.
The Soltera is supposed to be a lightweight commuter e-bike. It comes in a single speed and a 7-speed. The one we have is a single speed. It's very lightweight. It's about 41 pounds for an e-bike. Has a 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery and a 350 watt motor. And also a really cool color display that works with an app. So we'll open this up and see what it's all about.
All right, let's get her open.
Yeah. There you go. That's an unboxing right there.
Having taken this out of the box, we can see this Onyx Black isn't all blacked out like, let's say, the KBO bike over there, which is a very similar bike, but we do have these nice accents here.
They do really clean welds. They're welded and then they grind them down so you don't see that abrasive weld marks you see on a lot of other e-bikes. One thing I was really impressed with was how well packaged this bike was. A lot of the e-bikes we receive, when I pick up the box, I can feel the bike moving around in it. This one, I could not feel the bike moving around at all, so it's packaged very well. So this is the one with the tools in it. Here's pedals, bike grease, multi-tool.
Charger. We like these plugs because they're omni-orientational. Output, 2 amps. Let's get the seat on.
Senza Plus seat. It feels nice. It's not super padded, which most commuter bikes aren't going to be that padded, but it doesn't feel like it's rock solid, so I think my butt will appreciate it.
Having a nice seat is important for a commuter bike that has no suspension.
Hello, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, honey?
What's this? A new bike.
It is a new bike.
Sweet.
What do you like about it?
The designs, the color.
I said my wife would like this.
Yeah.
This is the other options of the bike color. So
really?
There's a step-through frame that comes in this teal and then this peach pink color. I think it's pink, but he thinks it's peach.
Yeah, what color do you call that?
Salmon.
Salmon. Yeah. So the brake pads come a little bit loose. They'll work, but I like them a little bit tighter just so there's better stopping power. Okay, so we've adjusted the brakes and we're gonna see if there's any type of rubbing.
Wheel.
No rubbing.
Fortune.
Nice. Look at that beautiful screen. It's at 45% charge to begin with. Shows you your max speed. Looks like they've tested this one out a little bit. Calories burnt, your trip time. And then one of my favorite features is the CO2 reduce and the trees saved on your ride. Amazing. So, and then you can also connect this to an app. So that's one of our favorite things about Aventon is there's a lot of cool technology behind their e-bikes where they allow you to use an app with the display.
Let me show you how this battery is done, okay? You gotta be careful because this is a sharp, hard edge on this removable battery. And what happens is you can see here, I've already scratched up the paint job. So don't have the handlebars turned, don't have the tires turned. There is enough room, so you kind of just squeeze it in here. It just comes right in. You put the bottom in first, slide it down, and click, so it's in. At first I thought there wasn't enough room, but it's actually a very nice design. It's just, you gotta practice. The other thing too is you have this switch here. So in addition to the key to keep it from just falling out if it were to ever be unlocked, or let's say you didn't secure it all the way, you have this backup switch that you need to turn to release it. Then you just slide it up and out. The nice thing about having this removable battery is you could take it out, take it up to your office and charge it while you're working. Now that we have the bike all set up, we're gonna do a quick walkthrough, give you guys our initial impression.
So we have the color display in the center, which also offers Bluetooth connectivity. The throttle's on the left side, which is unique because most of the bikes have it on the right side. The regular brakes that you see on the older bikes where they just have the clamps on here. Oh, that's another cool feature, is you see there's integrated light, and that's a really good looking light.
Yeah, that is a bright light.
This has a really nice light in front. It's really bright. It's a small light, but it packs a ton of power. Then you have your handlebar grips. Those feel pretty good. They feel sticky, which is good for grip. Sometimes we've run into these handlebar grips that are like faux leather, and they look nice, but they're just slippery, such as this one right here on the KBO. If you're going at 20 miles per hour, you're supposed to get about 22 miles of range. And if you go at the pedal assist 1, you should get about 61 miles of range is what it says. And this is real world testing by Aventon. That's what I like about Aventon, is they don't just state one range, they state based off of what pedal assist level that you're using.
I do really like this kickstand. It's got a nice sound.
This is the single speed version. The single speed version is $11.99. You can upgrade to the 7-speed version, and that's going to be $12.99. And it adds 2 pounds of weight to it, so it's going to be 43 pounds. The geometry of this bike is really great, lifting it up and carrying it upstairs like this. And that would be pretty easy to lift this bike. It's not too heavy at all.
So Andrew says it's not too heavy to pick up. Okay, yeah, for an e-bike, that's not too bad. That's actually very, wow. I was expecting to hear a bunch of rattles and jingles when I dropped it, but that's a solid sounding bike. So still maxes out at 20 miles an hour on the free spin.
Let's go take it for a spin.
All right, let's do it.
It's really smooth. I just started on a slight incline, and it's still doing really well. Normally with these single speed bikes on an incline, it can be a little bit weird to get started. Flash test. IPX4 rating test.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's icy. The one time I don't wear all my gear is like the only time I fall.
I know, did you fall on your knee?
Yeah.
A little sketch. There's a reason why I wore a full face helmet, and this is the reason why.
So the nice thing about this single speed bike versus other single speed bikes that we've tried in the past is it has a throttle. So if you had to stop like Andrew had back there to adjust your seat, and then you're trying to start from a hill position on a single speed bike, sometimes that's really tough. But here you have the throttle to help you out.
It's really nimble, super nimble. Feels awesome. There is a slight delay with the pedal assist and the throttle. It's very common with the hub drive motor to have a slight delay. So just keep that in mind with these e-bikes. There's always gonna be a little bit of a delay. And when you go to stop pedaling, you're still gonna have a little bit of a thrust. The great thing about this bike is it's pretty lightweight for an e-bike, and if you have some big stairs that you have to climb up, at 41 pounds, just lift it and just go. It's not the lightest thing, but light enough to carry.
As far as e-bikes go though, it's pretty light. One of the things about this bike is it does have memory to remember your trip data from when you turn it on and off. But what it doesn't have memory for is when you turn it off and turn it back on again, it always sets you back to 0 pedal assist. All right, my turn to give the Soltera a spin. Yeah, it feels really solid. Compared to the KBO single speed bike that we tested, this is like a whole new level. It just feels like quality construction, not all the rattling that you hear in a lot of these Chinese made bikes. So this is, I must say, probably my favorite commuting e-bike that we've tested so far. E-bikes from China especially, they tend to be like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And with this bike, it combines two things that you rarely see together in an e-bike, and that is budget and quality. You usually only get one of the two. It's a sturdy bike, it feels like quality, and for the price point, it's very impressive. We're really impressed with the Soltera by Aventon, but no electric bike, no electric vehicle is perfect, this one included. There are some things that we don't like about this bike. To keep it lightweight, they've had to use a smaller battery, and because of that, you just don't get a whole lot of range out of it. I mean, I will give Aventon credit for giving us real world range depending on your pedal assist mode, but it is a pretty small battery compared to other e-bikes out there. One of the other things that I don't like about the Aventon Soltera is the fact that it doesn't have quick release on the front tire. You can see here on the KBO, we have quick release, and not the case that you can see here with the Soltera, the Aventon, no quick release. There is a little bit of a delay, whether it's the throttle or the pedal assist. Andrew, what about you? What are some things that you don't like about this bike?
I wish there was disc brakes on this bike. The display is beautiful. It's a color display, but it is hard to see in direct sunlight. That's pretty much it. There's not a lot of negatives about this e-bike, and it's really solid construction.
Andrew, what are some of your favorite things about this bike?
The clean lines and the design, they've always done really well with their weld marks on the Aventon bikes, so it just looks a lot more refined. Overall, just the ride quality of this bike is really nice.
It's solid and it feels sturdy and quality. Finally, who should get this bike? If you are looking for a commuter bike on a budget, I will have to say this is probably the best bike out there. Check out our full review on ebikepedia.com. Thanks for watching, and when you guys ride, remember to wear your safety gear.